NTA, you can't beat the reach.
Information is power. Everyone wants power. So feel powerful with the NTA News mobile app, the one-stop information center. Real news at your fingertip. Be the first to report by uploading first-hand information on the You Report link, and be the first to know by simply clicking on any of the links on the sidebar for headlines, domestic and foreign news, economy, security, politics, sports, and more. Stream live on your smartphone and tablets and stay connected. It's pretty easy. Simply download NTA News app from your Google Play Store and you're good to go. NTA News mobile app, your access to real-time information.
NTA International.
With barely 3 days to Ondo State governorship election, Court of Appeal reinstates Eyitayo Jegede as PDP governorship candidate, just as President Buhari enjoins Ondo State people to go and vote for change, the APC. Federal Executive Council optimistic of improvement of fortunes in the oil sector. Information and Culture Minister inaugurates multi-sectoral committee to review the nation's tourism master plan. Hello, welcome to NTA International News with me, Nancy Godi Angonihu. President Muhammadu Buhari is back to Abuja after attending the 4th African Arab Summit in Malabo, Equatorial Guinea. The president joined other world leaders to endorse a 2-year working plan to be known as Malabo Declaration for the promotion of trade and economic ties between the Gulf and African states. Details will come to you in our subsequent bulletins. Now, with the positive improvement in Nigeria's oil sector, the Federal Executive Council says it is looking forward to a 4th quarter that is much better than the 3rd quarter. State House correspondent Jide Onifede reports that the council at its meeting stated that it is encouraged by the improvement and will continue with measures leading to more achievements. Also, details of this will be coming to you.
Recent report by the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics on the performance of the economy in the 3rd quarter of 2016 showed a weak performance. As observed by the council, this weak performance was due to the fall in oil production. Beyond this, the council has a positive outlook on the 4th quarter, and the Minister of Budget and National Planning says this optimism arises from the observed improvement in the non-oil sector.
Agriculture continues to grow, growing at 4.5%. Solid minerals continues to grow, growing at 7%. The financial sector has moved into positive 2.85%. So indeed, we are encouraged by the direction that the non-oil sector is moving.
The government agreed to ASU's demand, but limited it to only endowment funds, which is funds sourced by ASU. But that doesn't also mean that at the end of the day, University Council will not have right to audit such an account. So we consider that's really the area that is not, that's a little bit contentious. The other aspect of it is the end allowances. The end allowances is the only one that is not sorted out now, because everybody know and agree that we're in a recession.
Minister of Labour, Chris Ngige, informed State House correspondents on Council's approval of additional operation vehicles to the Federal Road Safety Corps fleet. In the State House, Jide Onifade, NTA News.
The Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has set aside the judgment of a federal high court, which led to the substitution of the name of Eyitayo Jegede with that of Jimo Ibrahim as the Ondo State PDP governorship candidate. The court also vacated the judgment of the lower court that gave recognition to the Ali Modu Sheriff faction as the leadership of the PDP. Dele Atumbi reports.
The three-man Court of Appeal panel, headed by Justice Ibrahim Salawa, in the case of Eyitayo Jegede versus B. Ekbure, said the judgment of Justice Okon Abang of the Federal High Court that did not give the appellant any opportunity to be heard was fraudulent and a breach of his fundamental right. It maintained that the failure of the counsel to B. Ekbure and 9 others to file their briefs was a slip on their right and fatal to their case. The court described the judgment of the lower court as a charge and vacated the judgment and the order. The court awarded 50,000 naira against INEC for removing the name of Eyitayo Jegede as the PDP candidate. The appellate court also set aside the judgment of Justice Okon Abang, which gave recognition to the Ali Modu Sheriff leadership. It said a situation whereby the petitioners also appeared as respondents in the same case was not proper.
So heartwarming and mind-lifting to everybody who delights in justice, pristine justice, to see that the two judgments that have been delivered represent nothing but justice in the real sense of justice.
Now, we're not in this for self-seeking. We're in this to serve our people.
For me, this is not about Ondo alone. This is about Nigeria's democracy.
With this verdict, in the eye of the law, Eyitayo Jegede is now the PDP candidate for the Ondo State governorship election coming up on Saturday. In Abuja, Dele Atumbi, NTA News.
Thank you, Dele. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has enjoined the people of Ondo State to go out to the polling stations on Saturday, November 26th, and cast their vote for change. The right to vote, President Buhari added, is not only a civic responsibility, but the opportunity to determine the course of their lives as a people, adding that a vote for All Progressives Congress, APC, is a vote for progress and people-oriented policies. He noted that since the creation of Ondo State in 1976, the people of the state have contributed immensely to the growth and development of Nigeria, especially in the area of agriculture and education. A vote for Rotimi Akeredolu, a renowned lawyer of guileless reputation, who rose to the peak of his profession as the president of the Nigerian Bar Association, President Buhari said is a vote for the continued development of Ondo State. President Buhari looks forward to a free and fair election and true representation for the good people of the state. The Nigeria Police Force has deployed 3 helicopters to the 3 senatorial districts of Ondo State to monitor Saturday's governorship election and provide other security surveillance. The Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, disclosed this at a strategic meeting with officers and men of the State Police Command ahead of the poll. Doris Olumoko has details.
The Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, said the police, in collaboration with other security agencies in the state, will ensure a peaceful and transparent governorship election, adding that various security measures have been put in place, which include the quarantine of all borders to Ondo State from midnight of Thursday, the 24th, to Sunday, the 27th. He said all police officers on election duty will be given tags to authenticate their areas of deployment, warning that any police officer caught where he is not deployed to will be detained and dealt with.
So we're taking restriction very serious. Stay where you are, provide security where you are deployed. I don't want to deploy somebody from one end of the state, he goes to the other one. Because one position has put him in a vehicle and say, let's go somewhere. And you go there and begin things that are not supposed to. We should be on ground from now. We should start implementing stop and search. Let people know that you are in town. And with this stop and search, we are going to discover so many things. If you give these politicians, opportunity to be doing things, they are going to give us problem on the day of the election.
The police boss also warned that monies will not be allowed into polling units, adding that thugs and their sponsors will be arrested. Both the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Abila Joseph, and Ondo State Police Commissioner, Hilda Ibifro Harrison, assured that the police officers will not compromise. In Akure, Doris Olumoko, NTA News.
Away from preparations for Ondo State governorship election, Theatre Commander Operation Lafia Dole, Major General Leo Irabo, says no local government in the northeast is under the control of Boko Haram. He said this during a press conference on Operation Lafia Dole, while enumerating the successes and challenges during the operations to combat the insurgents. He assured Nigerians of the armed forces' commitment to protecting lives and property. The Chairman House Committee on Agriculture, Mohammed Munguno, has advocated the amendment of Procurement Acts, which he said has been responsible for the delay in the execution of projects in ministries, agencies, and parastatals. The chairman was speaking while on oversight visit to National Seed Council, Veterinary Council of Nigeria, and Quarantine Services. Ilyasu Ali Yakubu completes the story.
The House Committee on Agric says the implementation of the 2016 Appropriation Act in some agencies of the Ministry of Agriculture may suffer some setbacks due to late release of funds and bottlenecks associated with procurement processes. The visit by the House Committee through the three agencies has uncovered some of the bottlenecks faced by the agencies.
So there is a need for us to amend the Procurement Act as regards the agricultural sector, to remove them out of the Procurement Act, because agriculture is time-bound. And there is need for the Federal Ministry of Finance also to timely release funds to ministries, to the Ministry of Agriculture, as well as the agencies under the Ministry of Agriculture for the purpose of discharging their statutory mandate.
Some of the members of the committee also urge the agencies to live up to their responsibilities. Heads of the agencies thank the House Committee on the commitment at ensuring that due process is followed. The implementation of the 2016 Appropriation Act, especially in the agencies of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, experienced some delays due to late release of funds and procurement processes. Findings, however, show that farmers have enjoyed bumper harvests in line with the federal government drive to ensure food sufficiency in the country. In Abuja, Ilyasu Ali Yakubu, NTA News.
The management of the National Health Insurance Scheme, NHIS, has appeared before the Senate Committee on Health to give account of its operations in area critical to development in the healthcare sector. National Assembly correspondent Dennis Adegunloye reports that the senators are also interested in levels of compliance with statutory obligations in line with the Constitution.
Three key issues were discussed at the meeting, these being compliance with the Integrated Personnel, Payroll and Information System, IPPIS, staff training and the recruitment of personnel in line with the federal character principle. The NHIS is currently not IPPIS compliant, although having just resumed in August this year, the Executive Secretary Usman Yusuf assures the senators that he will engage the Accountant General of the Federation for a resolution to the matter. On staff training, he explained procedures and costs. The issue that generated some exchanges, however, was that of petitions brought against the NHIS over the federal character principle.
You had 3 North Central, now it's increased to 5. 3 Northeast, increased to 4. 6 Northwest, increased to 9. South, 4, reduced to 3. Southwest, 4, reduced to 1.
It's only fair hearing that the Senate committee has a petition against me to send that petition to me, and I'll be able to answer that.
It's an establishment, not you. The person might be directed at you. It's your establishment that you head. If anything is wrong with your establishment, today you are the head. Even if it is before you, we still have the right to make inquisition. If it's about the institution like this, you don't need, the petition mustn't come to you or be limited to you. When you go home, can you compare what you have on ground with what you have on paper here?
The Minister of Health, Professor Isaac Adewale, who was present at the meeting, is expected to engage the senators on these and other issues at a later date. From the National Assembly, Dennis Adegunloye, NTA News.
Chairman Broadcasting Organizations of Nigeria, BON, John Momo, has described the leadership quality of the immediate past chairman of the organization, Yakubu Ibn Mohammed, as exceptional and worthy of emulation. Mr. Momo said this at the 66th General Assembly of the organization in Abuja. Adebola Brookslyn Sunday reports.
I wish BON greater success, prosperity, and unity in the years to come.
Yakubu Ibn Mohammed might have served for less than 1 year, but his impact, most of the broadcast executives at the General Assembly say.
His leadership qualities are very astute. I think he demonstrated that by making sure that the transition of power from the public to the private sector was seamless. He's a man who showed a lot of integrity. He's a man who was very dispassionate, and he will do well for the industry.
For a short tenure, we have a big example. And I think what Yakubu Ibn Mohammed was able to achieve in the 7 months he stayed was more or less like a complete tenure. And that singular act and that singular leadership quality he sort of, showed, gave him the accolade of being one of the best leaders we had in BON.
It's so obvious that he has kept the flag flying and he's kept the torch aglow, which is quite evident. I wish that he had more time.
And for the man who conducted the first ever election, which members say is free of any form of error and an example for other organizations, speaks on the future of BON.
I have every confidence in the ability of the new chairman, Mr. John Momo, and his team to carry, from where we've left off. They are quite capable of giving us, a very, very strong and vital BON.
Broadcasting Organizations of Nigeria, BON, is the umbrella body of all broadcast establishments in the country. Adebola Brookslyn Sunday, NTA News.
This is the news on NTA International, reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. Stay tuned for more reports after the break.
Have you been thinking about coming to Nigeria? Then what are you waiting for? Come share in our wealth of vast resources. Come discover treasure. Come to where there's lots of business opportunities. Nigeria. Nigeria, my nation, my pride.
The health sector has recorded another success story with the introduction of Sotoria cardiac platform in Nigeria. Uchenwizu gives an insight into the warnings of this technology towards reducing cardiovascular diseases.
Soteria cardiac platform, which is the first of its kind in Nigeria, is a technology that helps detect whether or not a person will suffer a cardiac arrest within a period of 4 to 10 years. And in the case of a sufferer, the device directs the cardiologist on the proper treatment and management.
When an artery fails because it becomes obstructed due to atherosclerosis, things like serious heart attacks develop.
This present technology is better than what is already available, because what is available picks up people who are already at disease states.
Medical experts identified cardiovascular disease as a major cause of death globally, and the rate is projected to rise in developing countries over the next 20 years. The new device is to be given to teaching hospitals across the country, making Nigeria the third to take advantage of the new technology after the US and Kenya.
Nobody in Africa will be required to buy the machine. All you'll be expected to do is to pay for the test. And we are negotiating a package where the tests should be affordable to almost any average individual.
I know the number of people who come in with cardiac problems and die needlessly. So if we begin to screen them early enough, we'll avoid these problems. And the chances of people surviving longer than the low life expectancy we have in Nigeria will improve.
This portable device, which is easy to operate, cardiologists believe has the potentials to reduce deaths related to cardiovascular diseases. NTA News.
The Nigerian Prison Service has presented aftercare trade tools to 25 ex-offenders selected from 12 state commands to practice their trades on discharge after completion of a skill acquisition program. The Controller General of the service, Jafaru Ahmed, handing over the tools to the ex-convicts, said it is a practical demonstration of the realization of the key mandate of reformation, rehabilitation and reintegration of prisoners into society. Justin Bemunyi reports.
After serving their jail terms in various prisons, these men are returning to the society not as social misfits, but as reformed and well-equipped personalities with skills that will enable them settle down to productive life. This is courtesy of the Nigerian Prison Service.
The thinking of a future of a prisoner should be thought by the Nigerian Prison Service. So that means we undergo a process of ensuring that we send back anybody that comes to prison, a reformed person, back to the society. This trade that they learn, they also have trade tests. They go under the Federal Ministry of Labor. We have people that have even graduated as from the National Open University in our various prisons.
These ex-convicts have every reason never to go back to their crimes again, not with the provision of these entrepreneurship support.
Akinola Fatai from Oyo State is one of the ex-offenders who has completed his 3-year jail term. Like the others who have been empowered on carpentry, welding, barbing and hairdressing, Akintola vows to live a new life with his tailoring skills.
I don't even expect this, but I thank God. You know, some people are like, they don't even know my secrets. That if now it's from prison, I learned the job.
The service promises to replicate the gesture in all its zonal headquarters with a view to spreading the benefit to a greater number of prisoners nationwide. Justin Bemunyi, NTA News.
The security situation in the Nigeria's north-central geopolitical zone emanating from pastoralists and farmers' incessant violent conflicts have resulted and raised concerns among Nigerians. This time, key players at a peace forum held to discuss potential gaps related to such conflicts suggest the regulation on movement of herders and their livestock, implementation of the proposed ranching policy, as well as grassroots involvement in peace building will solve the lingering problem. Again, Justin Bemunyi has more.
It is on record that violent conflicts between herdsmen and farming communities break out quite often in some parts of the country, which consequently undermines development in such areas. This peace forum, which gathers policymakers, government officials, community leaders, experts and development partners from Benue, Nasarawa, Kaduna and Plateau states to discuss peace and stability in the region.
Animals come from other countries. They are supposed to have, their own passport is what we call the International Transhumance Certificate. If you don't have that certificate, you are not even supposed to come into Nigeria.
As they harmonize the potential gaps for pastoralist-farmer conflicts, they see a proper pastoralism policy, respect for culture and rule of law, clear transhuman control and identification as key.
The only way out is that rearing must become systematic.
farming must become systematic. You must try to organize systems, put in place systems for the two businesses. A lot of people feel that the ranching policy idea is a process of formalizing land tenure rights for an alien minority, the Fulanis. But we say no, that is not about it. It's about finding a workable, sustainable solution to a problem.
Organizers of the forum, Mercy Corps, a global humanitarian agency in its quest to reduce violent conflicts, has over the last 4 years implemented peace-building initiatives in the middle belt of the country. Justin Bemunyi, NTA News.
Time for some reports on the international scene.
Reports from Cameroon say at least 100 people have been arrested following days of protests against the use of French in courts and schools in English-speaking parts of the country. Several others are being treated of bullet wounds in hospitals in Bamenda. The former British and French colonies joined together to form Cameroon in 1961 with 10 semi-autonomous administrative regions, 8 being francophone, making use of French civil law. Colombia's government says it will sign a new peace accord with FARC rebels on Thursday after a previous deal was rejected in a referendum last month. The new revised agreement will be submitted to Congress for approval rather than put to a popular vote. But opposition groups say it still does not go far enough in punishing the rebels for human rights abuses that resulted in the death of more than 260,000 people. Billionaire U.S. President-elect Donald Trump has said he is not obliged to cut ties with his business empire when he takes office on 20th January 2017. A Democrat senator is tabling a resolution calling on Trump to liquidate his assets to prove he does not intend to profit from the office of the president. Meanwhile, Donald Trump has named South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley as U.S. ambassador to the UN. Haley is the first non-white female cabinet-level official appointed within Trump administration. The 44-year-old youngest governor and daughter of Indian immigrants had been a vocal critic of Mr. Trump on the campaign trail.
And to sports, Defenders Basketball Club of Abuja and Hoops and Reed Basketball Club of Lagos are leading at the ongoing Division 1 Basketball League in Abuja, with FIFA president supporting officiating changes at the 2018 FIFA World Cup. Details with Amanzi Marcus.
This is the indoor sports hall of the Abuja National Stadium, venue of the National Division 1 Men's Basketball League. And after 5 days of competing, the Defenders of Abuja from the Savannah Conference and Hopes and Reed of Lagos from the Atlantic Conference are on their way to qualify to the NBBF Premier League.
The best teams in the Savannah Conference and the Atlantic Conference are automatically going on promotion into the DSTV League. That is inspiring the teams.
The game is very physical, very aggressive, and a lot of young players just coming up every single time. That it shows that this is a great league and basketball is moving forward.
Meanwhile, a 3-day joint competitive taekwondo program between Team Chika Chukwumerije Sports Foundation (CCSF) and the University of Jos Taekwondo team has ended in Jos Plateau State, with Team CCSF beating the hosts 18-7 in 25 bouts.
Nigeria Taekwondo on all levels needed to step up his game, and that I expected a lot of the champions to come from the university system.
Meanwhile, FIFA President Gianni Infantino says he is in favor of introducing video refereeing for the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia, after previously expressing fears it will cause too much interference. The head of the world's football governing body said he was skeptical at first about using video technology to assist referees in crucial decisions. With Sports Update, Amanzi Marcus, NTA News.
Next is Thursday's weather. is with the weather report that we conclude the news. Thank you for watching.
NTA International News. NTA International, Africa's heritage.
Welcome to your one-stop fun entertainment program where you get juicy details about your favorite celebrities and what they are up to. I am Cynthia Banyaga and I'll be taking you through the world of entertainment. You are welcome to Entertainment Gist. Today we'll start off by looking at the amazing giant strides the Nigerian entertainment has taken. First, we're looking at DJ Obi, who slammed the DJ set for over 200 hours, beating the Guinness World Record. And now we have a big blockbuster from Nollywood that has made the 2017 Guinness World Record. I'm talking about 30 Days in Atlanta, which is produced by AY, our favorite Worry Boy. He took to Instagram to share this information, telling us that Worry Boy has entered Guinness Book of Record for 2017. It's not easy. And he went on to thank the cast and the crews and with the fans that went to the cinema to watch this movie. AY, you are welcome, because I was one of the fans that went to watch it. Next up, we're looking at awards. Talking about awards, it's good to know that you are being recognized for your hard work. And that's why we are looking now at the Nigerian Entertainment Awards, which was held recently at the Tribeca Performing Arts Center in New York. It was star-studded. Of course, it was a Nigerian event, but it was star-studded. We had the likes of Fatia Balogun, Lil Kesh, Adekunle Gold, our favorite boy, CDQ, and a whole lot of other artists and celebrities were present. The hosts were A.B. Bassi and our own handsome Richard Mofe Damijo. It was amazing, and that's why right now we're bringing to you the highlights of the Nigerian Entertainment Awards.
The awards show had the following performances by Ayoje, Aramide, Bodega, amongst others. Awards presented in the film and TV category had the following winners: